I respect everybody until they earn my disrespect. Well, the government is so-called shut down at the moment, and I don't see how having, what was it, 80,000, 180? No, it was 80,000 non-essential government piglets sucking off the tit is a great idea to me. Why are these non-essential employees employed? A lot of money right there, boy. Anyway, now, Obunghole and Harry the fossilized turd Reed have said incessantly and repeatedly. I recorded it on disc, and the content, it can't be taken out of context. They have said, quote, there will be no negotiations on the budget. You either pass a continuing resolution or nothing. No negotiations. No negotiations. Wow. That, ladies and gentlemen, is textbook tyranny. Let me explain why. Obunghole and Harry Reid's very jobs are to negotiate. That is what politicians do. Why are they getting paid? I want to look into that. Not doing their jobs. And then they also have the audacity to point at some supposed small faction of representatives of the people are holding up his signature legislation. Fucking garbage. Wow, I can't believe you pinned your head on that one. Jesus. Back to the tyranny. It is your very job to negotiate. That's why you were elected into office, to negotiate supposedly for the people. Keep in mind, the whole time, you are to uphold and defend the Constitution. Now, in my eyes, the whole business is unconstitutional. We are guaranteed in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights that the government cannot ever make you buy anything for any reasons, no matter what name they put on the tear running down their cheek. Oh, the babies, oh, the grandmas, it doesn't matter. You can't just change the Constitution without going through the process of changing the Constitution. An unconstitutional law is no law at all. But I've said that all along. Let's move on. So, in this shutdown debacle, it's a big joke. And what we're seeing yet again, now this is the second time this has happened. We had this sequester horse shit where we found out that it came from the top. Orders were to make it hurt. Now people were finding ways around having, not enough money in their departments coming from the government during this sequester to keep people on the books, to keep people working, to keep public functions open for the people. This is what the government does. It serves the people. The people do not serve the government. Well, Bunghole needs to be reminded of that also. And Harry, the fossilized turd Reed also. So, we have seen many examples from Bunghole committing tyranny and treason. To send a drone after a 15-year-old, well, I believe it was 16 years old, excuse me, American citizen overseas. A drone was sent with the specific target of a 16-year-old boy. To me, that is unconscionable. To me, he needs to be charged with that crime. It is a crime. Moving along. Many examples of tyranny and treason. To arm Al-Qaeda fighters, known, provable Al-Qaeda fighters in Syria, is treason. They are a known sworn enemy. Now, Obunghole has been doing this right along because he has Muslim Brotherhood members in the White House. This is why, if people look back, all of a sudden our White House is closed. Remember the sequester? Aww. But Obunghole can go on a $100 million vacation. But we can't keep the White House open. And then he has the audacity to hide the White House logs from the general public. We can't see them. Excuse me? Those are public information. Moving along. So then he gets this unconstitutional Obunghole scare enacted. They blackmail the Supreme Court Justice to say that it is constitutional because it's a tax. Well, he changed wording in the very definition of Obunghole scare when it was supposed to be a penalty. Remember, they kept saying it wasn't a tax, it wasn't a tax? Well, Roberts changed that around. Anyway, now we get this law enacted. Garbage, bullshit, unconstitutional. It's no law. Anyway, moving along. We get this law through the Supreme Court. Now, Obunghole, with his big money buddies in the White House, can't see who's there because the logs are hidden from us, of course. Gets big business, another year before they have to keep up with the mandate. And then he just surreptitiously gives a pass to whomever he feels. And I believe it's true if you look into it. Nancy Pignosy, her wonderful, famous words, gotta sign it into law to find out what's in it. I believe her whole district is exempt. I could be wrong, but that's the rumors flying around. Anyway, back to the old bunghole scare and the tyranny. Now, as I said, we have people that travel a long way to see veterans memorials in Washington, D.C. And somebody had the audacity to go down there with barricades. This took manpower and money. Where those barricades came from? But out of the blue, and for the first time in history, no sequester, 12 of them previous, maybe even 17, had ever barricaded memorials. These are memorials for men that have served their country proudly, and then they're going to be denied from their wheelchair with barricades? This is an absolute fucking outrage. But, Bunghole Scare don't know anything about it. Remember Make It Hurt? How disgusting is it that park rangers are told to go and put up barricades to, almost, no maintenance places whatsoever, open air, as I said again, and put up barricades so the general public cannot go and see their state parks here and there peppered all over the place. Just surreptitiously, as I said, this is being done. Now, what I want to know is, because we've had congressmen go down there and make sure that these veterans could go and see their memorial. And what's perplexing to me is that if Bunghole nor anybody in his administration is responsible for this, where is their outrage for this action, for this unnecessary action, for this cruel action against the United States citizen? And as a matter of fact, one of our, I believe, should be our most privileged citizens. They served proudly. They came back, risking their lives for this country. And this is the way you're going to treat these folks? Imagine how a bunghole scare is going to work for you people. What a disgusting mess this is. What I want to know is how come nobody from the old bunghole camp is going down there to figure out who did this? Who made that call? Who's making these surreptitious calls? Because if they cared about the American people, as Ted Cruz does, Ryan Priebus, I can go on, but I only have a limited amount of time. Why isn't anybody from the old bunghole administration or side of the fence looking into this? Asking why? Saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, what we have is Harry Reid actually on camera in front of a reporter saying that he's not going to fund cancer research for children. No, he has people in his own district he needs to worry about. That's exactly what he said. Wow, how disgusting and insane is that? Wow. Why aren't they looking into what is happening to the American peoples? And it belongs to us. We paid for these, national parks. We do. Places are being shut down that take no tax dollars. Why are they being shut down? Make it hurt. As I said, imagine, if you will, instead of Ted Cruz going down there, instead of, I believe there was other congressmen that went down there, and the tea baggers. Can't believe you guys get called this fucking nonsense. The Tea Party members is what they are. What I want to know is why didn't, I don't know, Harry the douchebag, the fossilized turd Reid go down there? Could you imagine that instead of Ted Cruz going down there, well, bunghole went down there? Could you imagine how fast you would get to the bottom of why these things are here, who made that call, if the president, what a disgusting, I hate saying that, I gotta go wash my mouth out. He's not my president. He's an illegal alien Muslim usurper. He's a fraud. Look into it. But could you imagine how fast we would get to the bottom? Oh my God. Benghazi just came into mind. What the fuck was I thinking, huh? Do you see how much of a joke this government has been? NSA spying and gathering every single thing we do. Yeah, they're watching this, and they can eat shit. They have no right to my shit. Fuck you, motherfucker. Collect this. We have the IRS provably harassing the other side of the fence. And yeah, this goes right up to the White House. I believe these barriers that were put up around that memorial could probably be found, the decision to do that could probably be found right on Valerie Jarrett's desk. Imagine that. I'll bet the decision to stand down in Benghazi lands right on Valerie Jarrett's desk. I'll bet the decision to hide the White House logs from us, to shut the White House down to the public, to do these very nasty things to the American public can be traced back to Valerie Jarrett. Because if you remember, the first thing she said, the first thing this fucking pig said when a bunghole got elected, was that it was payback time for all of those who were against her. I believe she'll be thrown under the bus. Well, what the fuck do I know? I just sit at home and collect information that the mainstream media will never show. Not even Shill O'Reilly. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to need it. I think people need to look into things for themselves. Everything. Question everything. God bless America. God bless us all. Good luck. I think we're going to need it.